Right guys, welcome back to the channel, start of a new video. So this one we've got a Vauxhall Zafira. Now this one is the trade-in against the Focus that we've just done. So we'll do the same as we normally do, we'll give it a quick wash off and see what we've got. I'm not going to spend a great deal of time on this car because it's literally just going to be a clearance one. So we'll get on, get it washed, we'll have a walk around and see what we've got. Well, it looks a bit better after a wash. So the bodywork's not too bad. I'm not really worrying about the bodywork on it. There's a few marks on the bumper. And as it goes, whilst I've been washing it off, we've had a bloke that's been asking if I've got a cheap 7-seater coming up anytime soon. So I'll basically just put a deal together with that. I do know this needs a wheel bearing on it. We'll give it a bit of a clean out inside. One of the reasons I'm not too bothered is it's done 163,500. I mean, it runs nice enough, drives nice enough, other than the front wheel bearing groaning away for itself. But I'll get it chucked on the ramp and we'll have a quick go for it. We're just going to do a basic oil and filter change on it, and get the bearings checked. So let's get it on the ramp. Right, so I know one of the front wheel bearings has gone on this car. The difficult part of it is when I'm spinning it to try and hear it. Now, I'm fairly sure it's this one, but let's see if I can spin this one too. I'm getting too much noise from the brakes at the same time. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly take the wheels off, back the brakes off completely, just to make sure there's no contact there at all, put the wheels back on and do the same thing. Right, get this wheel pulled off. Now I've just had to drop it down to the floor to take it off, because with these locking wheel keys you're not supposed to gun them off, because when you actually look inside them, they tend to crack and break. So when you do them with a nut gun, it'll snap the pins, and then eventually your locking wheel key will just stop working. So just think, if you're going to go and get tyres done or any work in your car done at a garage, just ask them not to take it off with a gun on that. It's a 2-minute job to break them off with a breaker bar. And it'll solve a whole load of problems. Instead of breaking down the side of the road where your locking wheel key doesn't work. Back these off a bit. it's definitely that one. Yeah, so I'll get to stripping it down. Right, I think I've got all my tools together, so I'll try and do this without time lapsing it. We'll see how we get on. So I've got to take all this off because I've got to take off the caliper and the caliper carrier to get the disc off. Obviously all the hub sits behind that. Right, I don't want this to hang down, so I don't want it to put the pressure on the pipes. So I'm just going to cable tie it to the strut just to keep it out of my way. He says. That's it. Right, that'll hold that. I'm going to put 2 for it just to make sure that it's not going to snap a cable tie and come crashing down. So, 18. One carrier, one disc. Take the pinch roll out. Should do that. Right. Oh, that's tight. Fresh battery, we'll try again. Right, new battery, give it another go. Some more. suppose get my little gadget hooked up, save my fingers and all that. God, I nearly got a face full now. It's just going to stay on the other end. Tension on this. Let's go. Hold that down out of the way. Turn the steering. Right, let's shaft out of the way. So, get that twisted round. So the bolts that I need to get to, it basically comes as a full hub. So in the back we've got it's 4 bolts, 3 bolts go into the back, these like star drive bolts, and then that should remove this, and then that's just the bearing as one. So we'll get them removed and hopefully it'll come off all right. But we'll see. Nothing's ever that easy. Should probably have taken off the drop link, might have made life a bit easier access. Extension on that one. Right, try a longer extension on that one. What a pain. That's the 3 out. I'm not expecting this giving up very easily at all. So we'll try. So I might actually be getting some progress. I should have disconnected that first. And that's it. That's the hub. We need to save that because that's a heat shield. Stick that on there for now. Right, I'll go and get the new bearing picked up. Don't think you'll be able to hear that, but nah, probably not. We'll try it. Right, I'll go and get the bearing picked up and get it put back together again. So I'm back, nice shiny new part. Don't know how much that you can actually see. So I like these because they come with everything built into it. It's all nice and easy, just bolts on, no press needed, etc, etc, etc. So that's it really, just got to put it all back together now. Make sure everything lines up. Have that facing forward in the first one. Drop straight in there. It does come with new bolts and everything, which is nice. Right, so I've just got to tighten all this up now. You can see the new one's in. And then obviously the yellow bit comes off, that's just supporting the wire to keep it out of my way for a minute. Get all that plugged back in. So I'll get this bolted up and then we'll spin it back up in a second. So I won't bother filming it, putting it back together. You've seen how it comes apart, so I'll crack on getting it back together. Right, so there, last few bits to button up. So we've got our two covers go back in the to protect the sliders on the caliper. Put them in. Retaining spring. Right, that's all in there. Tight, hub nuts done up, bottom arms done up, caliper retaining bolts, slider bolts even, and carrier bolts are done. So we're ready to put it back together. So the only thing left for me to do to this car now, whilst we said originally we were going to do the valet, there's just no point. The the chap that wants the car is in a neighbouring unit. We've sorted out a price that I'm happy with, he's happy with. So realistically, there's not really much else I can do on this car. Like I said, I'm just going to do the oil and filter change, which there's no point in videoing. And that's it for this car, really. We traded it in. We allowed £500 for trading. I've just spent, I think it's £89 on a bearing and oil filter and oil. I'd rather do the oil and filter just for peace of mind myself. And the bloke's taking the car as it is, so it's MOT'd until June, I think, so there's plenty of that on it. And that's it. So we've struck up a deal with him for $795. It's a cheap car, 07 plate Zafira. Makes us, what, a couple of £100 profit, thereabouts. But like I said, for me, it's just get it in, get it out, we'll move on to the next one. I don't want to be painting a Zafira at this age and doing a load of work to it. It's just not worth the amount of effort that we're going to put into it. So we'll get this tightened up and then we're good to go. So as always, if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe. You won't see this one again because this one's going now. And then we've got the micro still to do, which I say at the end of every video we'll get the micro done, but hopefully in the next one we'll get it started. It'd be nice to start making some progress with that one. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.